2002, also known as the only year with a WrestleMania. In the discussion for pay-per-view of the year, we had WWF and we had WWE. And in fact, 2 pay-per-views from the WWF era and 2 pay-per-views from the WWE era. What do you make of those apples? Do you like it?
You said WrestleMania in the discussion. I want to know what WrestleMania is.
Exactly, it's no there, that's my point. It must be the only year not to have Mania in the discussion, because normally every other year would have it in there.
Well, Mania is normally one of the best pay-per-views, but when you look at it, Mania 18, I think it was disappointing, especially when you factor in what Mania 17 was. 18 just did not really live up to the hype.
No, it didn't.
Now, was it a one-match Mania?
Yeah, it was. Absolutely, it was. I'm not going to spin it. And what it was Rock against Hogan, which will get its time to shine, by the way. Definitely in a few more of these awards. But in terms of last place, with Judgment Day, Judge, Jury, Executioner, we've got Kurt Angle's head being shaved. We have got The Undertaker, damn it, taking on that bastard, Hulk Hogan. I like Hulk Hogan. I don't know why I called him a bastard. I like the guy, damn it. But in all seriousness, yeah, I mean, the match will be renowned for the choke slam, but I thought the match was actually pretty good. You also had a Hell in a Cell match.
You also had Rico and Rikishi taking on Billy and Chuck and beating Billy and Chuck.
That is a wee bit.
Now, I don't know if anybody remembers that. A Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Chris Jericho, which you have failed to mention there.
I did just mention it. Maybe. Now, what I did fail to mention is Stone Cold against Big Show and Ric Flair. No wonder.
That went 15 minutes.
I am not... That is bogging.
That match went longer than Edge versus Angle. I don't really know how.
Yeah,
Edge versus Angle was great.
Yeah, I have no idea how it went that long.
Eddie Guerrero versus RVD. It was a good match, but I just feel like those two have been wrestling a lot this year.
Maybe at that point they hadn't wrestled too much, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good pay-per-view. I think we gave it a 7 out of 10.
And let's not forget, you had Brock teaming up with Paul Heyman to take on the Hardys.
Yep.
I mean, it was a good pay-per-view, no doubt about it.
Good pay-per-view, can't deny that. A short women's match is exactly what you want. Doesn't need to be 20 minutes, but
I do feel like it is last on this list.
It is last, 8%. Up next, third place.
And I think you could also make a case that WrestleMania could have been on it instead.
No, I would disagree. I thought that was much more well-rounded.
I said you could make a case, and
I'm not making. I'm throwing the briefcase at the window. Anyway, Survivor Series. No, 12%. I think this is an actual disgrace that Survivor Series is this close in the poll to Judgment Day. We are talking, we are talking the Elimination Chamber. We are talking that women's hardcore match. We are talking that triple threat tag match that me and you don't really rate, but everyone else fucking whacks.
Yeah, the SmackDown 6.
Scott Steiner debut. I mean, the Heyman heel turn, the match itself isn't very good. I thought the 3-on-3 table match was brilliant.
Great way to start the show as well, by the way. Fantastic way to start the show. I must say that I think that elimination table match must be the best opening match of any pay-per-view in 2002. Name me a better one.
Kurt Angle, Ray. SummerSlam 2002. Depends what you're after.
Alright, they're both alright. They're 1 and 2.
Aye.
They're 1 and 2.
Well, yeah, it depends what you're after at the end of the day.
Billy Kidman versus Jamie Noble was good as well. Cruiserweight action in there. Yeah, I think people are hating on this. And, of course, the Elimination Chamber match. First time ever. Shawn Michaels in there as well. I mean, you love to see it.
The promo, the package, the music, the win.
Always.
I mean, I know it was a bit of a botchy match with Triple H getting his trachea squished, but come on, brother.
Jericho coming out, King of the World music. Come on. I'm king of my world. I mean, it was a great pay-per-view, but only 12% of you guys thought it was the best pay-per-view.
I think it should have been between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, battling it for that top spot. But second spot goes to the Royal Rumble. Here, I loved the fact the Kid Rock song was good. I thought the promo for the match was brilliant. That's just not it. It's cocky, mate. Anyway, you've got Triple H, you've got Undertaker. That doesn't work, that, Eric. You've got Triple H, Undertaker, and Austin. That whole promo going for the match, brilliant. I mean, I thought the pay-per-view was good, but I do think it's one of the worst Rumbles of the 2000s.
The Rumble match or the pay-per-view itself?
The Rumble match.
Triple H won last by eliminating Kurt Angle.
But I think it
was probably always going to be Triple H.
I think 2001 is that fucking good. I just think like 2000, 2002, 2003 just pale in comparison to it.
I can definitely see that. We open up with Spike Dudley and Taz, one of your nominations for Tag Team of the Year.
What a fucking
Tag Team Champs of the
Year.
Year.
What a tag team they
Yeah,
are.
they defeated the Dudley Boys. We had William Regal taking on Edge, defeating Edge. We had Trish Stratus defeating Jazz. The street fight between Ric Flair and McMahon, no one can forget that. Jericho and The Rock, and then of course Triple H eliminating Kurt Angle last in the Royal Rumble. I mean, good pay-per-view.
A long-ass Rumble, by the way, an hour and 9 minutes.
I think this pay-per-view was worse than Survivor Series.
I think this pay-per-view was last.
I think if you had to say to me, which one of these pay-per-views can you never rewatch again? And I know people have got a fascination with watching the Rumble, but I think I would rather be able to watch Survivor Series again just for to see. I'd rather be able to rewatch the first ever Elimination Chamber match than be able to watch, a decent Royal Rumble match.
I agree. I think the Ruthless Aggression era did Rumbles better than the Attitude era. I know 2002 is not really Ruthless Aggression or Attitude era at the start of the year, but for me, I would kind of consider it more Attitude era than it Ruthless Aggression. Would you agree with that?
I know, but you just said how 2001 one was great.
No, I agree, but I think like the 90, I know 97 wasn't really Attitude Era at that stage, but I think 98, 99, and 2000 weren't the best Rumbles, but I think like...
I think.
I think 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, even 09, I think like all memorable moments. I think like 02...
Oh, fuck off!
What?
Stop saying I think, man. We know you think. You're the one saying it.
I know. Anyway.
Just give your point without saying that.
I just think the Ruthless Aggression did better Rumbles.
You said it again.
Overall.
Right.
I know they did.
Right, okay. Yes.
I query. Anyway, let's go into SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. My head's slamming here on the mat.
With 8 matches. It was
8 matches.
phenomenal.
With the first ever, well, not the first ever, but we had the youngest World Heavyweight Champion, Undisputed Champion, Brock Lesnar, defeating The Rock. But I think everyone is going to remember SummerSlam for the unsanctioned street fight between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. An absolute classic.
Epic.
And let's not take anything away from the opening match as well. Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. I think people believe that you need to have like 25, 30-minute matches to be classics, but Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio proved that's not true.
Absolutely. It's considered one of the best SummerSlams of all time. Hell, I'd probably say it is.
When you look at some of these single matches, I mean, this was... In terms of like the people that loved good wrestling matches, like I mean, every match on this show could have been a great wrestling match.
No, absolutely.
Angle, Ray, Flair, Jericho, Edge, Guerrero, Van Dam, Benoit. I mean, Michaels, Triple H. Then of course you've got Brock, The Rock, Taker, Test, Un-Americans in there as well.
No women's match though.
No women's match. A little bit disappointing, I guess, but yeah, overall. I thought this was great. Is it better? Is it the best pay-per-view? Is it better than Survivor Series? I mean, it's close. I think you could argue it is. Probably is it? Maybe. I don't know. Although, could you say there was too many single matches? I've had to criticise it.
I think you could.
7 single
Survivor
matches
Series
and 1 tag
benefits
team
for
match.
2 world title matches, but you could argue because Brock and Big Show's bad, it takes away from it. It's almost like a minus point sort of job when it could have been a plus point.
I think Survivor Series had better variety. You had the Cruiserweight match, you had the women's match, and then obviously you've got Brock versus Big Show, but you also have like the debut of Scott Steiner, you have like the live entrance for Chris Jericho, you've got the crazy 6-man opening ladder tables match, and then you've got the first ever Elimination Chamber. It's close, but I think I actually prefer Survivor Series. SummerSlam was great, but I mean it was single match heavy. It was an 8-match. It was an 8-match card, and it had 7 single matches.
I just wish in 2024 we could sit and actually go through these cards and think the exact same thing. We are talking. I mean, each
No, but look at the. Let's see this. See when you look at these matches, like see when you look at the single. Everyone should here could be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
All right, Benoit's not going to go in there, but
No,
that's for
he deserves it. Like
that's for
off
different
his wrestling ability.
I mean, that's for different reasons. Like, see when I look at the roster today, I mean, you're lucky if you can pluck maybe 2 or 3 guys that are Hall of Fame worthy. So yeah, SummerSlam has won this poll. I slightly prefer Survivor Series though.
Yeah, I do as well. But it's close, man. It's like you could wake up one day and prefer the other one.
I think it depends what you're into. If you want to see single matches, if you're into like a more technical style of wrestling, then I think you probably prefer SummerSlam. But if you like prefer the Fiarity and you want the multi-man matches, you want to see the first ever Elimination Chamber, you want the crazy eliminations and the mayhem and the opening 6-man table match, and then I think with the women's match and the cruiserweight match, you're getting kind of different styles in there, and then of course you're getting the Brock Lesnar betrayal with Paul Heyman, which is pretty damn cool, and also the debut of Scott Steiner as well. So I mean, it's close. I mean, two great pay-per-views, no doubt about it, but I would probably say I just preferred Survivor Series. Plus, it was great seeing Shawn Michaels end as the champion. Not that it wasn't
Two very
great
good
seeing
endings.
Brock.
So seeing Brock wins good. Seeing Mike, I think Michaels was better. The confetti. I mean, you two damn good Shawn Michael matches on each show.
I think you could argue Shawn Michaels stole the show, both of them.
Two great openers.
But he is the showstopper, so...
He is. Comments. Board now says SummerSlam 02 is a contender for the best SummerSlam ever. The Survivor Series is also really strong and underrated too, I think. Yep. Mr. Johnny says SummerSlam 2002, one of the greatest pay-per-views ever. You can't dispute it. You pretending WrestleMania X7...
He said one, mate, alright? Like, calf is
Reel
nuts,
it in. Lord.
He didn't say, oh, the greatest pay-per-view of all time and WrestleMania 17 sucked. He said one of the greatest.
Yeah, but Mr. Johnny here says it was better than X7. Austin heel turn flop pushes that one down. Austin's heel turn wasn't a flop.
Wait, hold on here. Even if the Austin heel turn flopped, you didn't know that by the time WrestleMania 17 ended. All you had was the iconic scene of Austin and McMahon shaking hands with JR going nuts. So you can't factor in Austin's heel turn like for the next 6. How can you factor in the next 6 months to determine whether WrestleMania 17 was good or not?
Even though his heel run was good, in our opinion, but...
I'll tell you what, Brock Lesnar's title reign flopped, in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
So does that mean that SummerSlam sucked?
No. You gotta look at it in the pay-per-view, brother.
Shawn Michaels' title reign fucking...
Yeah, Ben was a murderer. This pay-per-view sucked.
No, Shawn Michaels' title reign didn't even successfully defend his title once. Does that mean that...
He did. RVD.
God, doesn't count.
I mean, it wasn't fucking wrong, mate.
Hold on, Triple H came out and stopped it.
Why, he did?
Shawn Michaels never got the victory that night.
He still retained, though, didn't he?
Oh, piss off.
Right, the dead side of YouTube says Survivor Series for the first Epic Elimination Chamber, Kedem G6-1, erase Judgment Day and replace it with Mania X8 because of Hogan. Rock was a classic. WrestleMania 18 would have been if they put Hogan on last. I disagree with that. I think even if they put it on last, it doesn't redeem the
that
pay-per-view.
one match isn't going to all of a sudden make it the best pay-per-view of all time.
It's not going to do that, guys. But that is it. We think Survivor Series, but I wouldn't complain with SummerSlam. What will 2003 behold? Off the top of my head, what would I say is the best? Fuck, I tell you what, Survivor Series 2003's...
That'll be hard to get topped. That will be... Although 19's great as well, like, so...
there's a lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Spoiled for some good shit.
Royal Rumble's pretty good as well.
Well, SummerSlam's no bad. Another Elimination Chamber.
I know what I mean when you think about it. There's 4 options here. The big 4 should always be... Maybe one won't make the list, but more often than not... You're
no way out. Hogan Rock. Evans Sense. Brock Lesnar against... No, Brock Lesnar against...
Now, what I think might work against these pay-per-views in 2003 is their brand exclusive. So, I mean... That kind of gives the top 4 pay-per-views a big advantage.
When do they hit brand exclusive, though?
Very soon.
Is it after Mania?
I believe it's first pay-per-view after Mania.
There you go, guys. Looking forward to it. No, actually, it's not, because that's mixed. I know for a fact Backlash is mixed.
Right, I think it's the next one then.
Next one then. Anyway, guys, till next time. Peace.